What were your reasons behind getting married?
It wasn't even planned. We was in Vegas. We just did it.
Wow.
I just, I don't know. I think I told somebody, I think somebody might put something in my drink that night, but went to Vegas and I never had been married. She never been married, so we just did it.
Wow.
You just ain't telling nobody nothing, OG.
But see, my family didn't know. I didn't tell my family like 3 weeks later.
What did they say?
What can they say? I run my show. I mean, really?
Relationships matter. I need you to understand. Relationships matter.
Welcome to Relationships Matter. I'm Chanel Scott.
And I'm Josh Powell.
And we have legendary guests here with us, Charles Oakley. Welcome to Relationships Matter.
Thanks for having me.
This is going to be interesting. We're about to go on a
Yes,
ride.
it is.
Everybody knows a basketball player, right? We want to talk about romantic relationships today. So my first question to you is, why do relationships matter to you?
Why do they matter to me? I think relationships matter to me because I think sometime in life you need someone else to lean on. Someone else can see your vision, and when you ask someone a question, maybe they can answer it the way you probably want someone to answer it, by being around you and seeing how you operate. But relationships, they are tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's tough about it?
Just in my case, I know everybody's different, but I think that when I was growing up with the family, everybody always said I had one parent in the house, but I had sisters and brothers, aunts, uncles, so I just, learned a lot from my grandfather. But I think that when you're growing up, I was growing back in the 70s, 80s in Cleveland. It was a whole different time. So when I was growing up, you had to really listen, be more detailed. It wasn't about my fault, this and that, what kids doing today. And I think that I learned at an early age, when somebody said your name, come on the first time, not the third or fourth time.
Yep.
So, just you learn as you go. So I'm a detailed type guy. I know when I was coming up, I had to certain ways to do things and understand that this the right way. And I think that kids have to learn that. Today's kids have learned when somebody says something, not trying to down you or this and that, just listen and obey.
How do you translate that into like those principles and values into the relationships that you have today, whether it is your wife or family or friends? Like, because I know, I've known you over the years, and just understanding, not too many times people allow people to be close because of history and past. So for you to allow people in your circle, like, what does that look like?
That's a good question. But when I was growing up, I had a bad circle. So I probably learned early, like growing up, a lot of my guys stealing drugs, using drugs. So when you see guys you growing up with using drugs in the 7th, 8th grade, and all this and that, what I was told growing up, do the right thing. And I never got involved with drugs. And they was going to stores stealing stuff. Might have been with them once or twice, but I learned that wasn't a good thing to do. So I just try to, once I started seeing all of that, once I got to high school and college, I just, I got to know a lot of people, but I didn't hang with a lot of people. A lot of people know me, but I just try to be in my own. I started just making it small as I could, because I know that sooner or later things catch up with you. Like when you're speeding a lot, driving or whatever, the police, sooner or later they're going to get you. You think, I got a radar, I got whiz or whatever they call it. So you just got to hope that you learn, and that, as you go, that you try to be around good people. You never know. Everybody ain't good around you. Some is good. So it's a tough thing growing up.
How did you avoid being influenced, though, by your friends when everybody else was doing it? Like, what was it that stood out that you said, I'm not going to be like them. I'm going to do differently?
It was tough growing up. I'm gonna tell you now. And like I said, it was drugs everywhere. next house to us, cousins selling it, friends selling it. I know, like, this God was looking down on me, and I stayed away. And once I got to college, I started drinking beer stuff, but it wasn't nothing really big. But the other guys didn't make it to go to college, and I'm glad. So when I went to college, I tried to go away further as I could from Cleveland, so like 10 hours away. I wouldn't have went to like Ohio State, like 2 hours away. I've been back for home like every other weekend. I know some of my guys did do that, went to Tennessee, Ohio State, but they was coming right back to Cleveland where all the bad toxic was at. So I'm just glad I went away, went to college. I only came home one time in 4 years.
That
so
sound like me. So you're extremely successful. Who in your life was the example for you?
I don't know. I guess no one for sports. I think like going to college, being members of church or helping people. My family is, there's a lot of that in my family. A lot of church members, and they did different things in church, from ministers, treasurer, to ushers, choir. A lot of that was in the family. So not really a lot of people in my family was
The community, more so community, more so community involvement.
It was just what they did, from my grandparents and on up, and my aunts and uncles and everybody. My family. I have a real fly family, so they like to dress, they like to put on, they like to cook, and they do all that stuff. So
Yeah.
You talked about cooking. What got you in the kitchen the way that you in the kitchen? Because I can't do nothing in the kitchen. But I know you talk all the time about.
I'm top notch. Yeah. I think it was, like I said, coming up and knowing that, in the South, that you had less tools to work with, and when you see them do what they did with what they had, it's a beautiful thing. But no, just something growing up, and I was, got big picky. I tell people, never had a hot dog, never had bologna, but I eat pork. I ain't never had a hot dog and bologna, but I never just ate it. I don't think it was hot dog, but I know it's bologna. I don't remember seeing a hot dog until probably like 7th, 8th grade around. But cooking just came natural, My mom always cooked on Sunday twice a week because she had to work. So we stressed the meals. It was a barbecue place, a chicken place on the corner, but we made it happen. My mom was a great cook, but I was just real picky growing up.
Yeah. Switching gears, just thinking about how you grew up, the fact that you had an extremely long, legendary NBA career, all of the things that you've seen, the relationships that you've had, how difficult, if it was difficult, how difficult was it in the relationship space as far as finding a partner?
It was tough. I mean, I wasn't looking for a partner at first growing up. I was trying to just get out of here, make it out, Cleveland, make it out of college. And then I went to a small school, Virginia Union, historic black college. When I got there, I was just pro wasn't on my mind. I had some fun in college, don't get me wrong. A lot of people from DC, Baltimore, Washington, I went to school, all black college. So for his ball, I was just doing it to get away from Cleveland. Like I say, it was all of my guys was going into the pen or either on drugs, since like 6th, 7th grade. So I wasn't thinking about going to Cleveland. My thing was like going to school, get a job, and go from there. I just got lucky. And with basketball, I played hard. I was always like a worker. I knew how to work. So, but I was so shocked that I went for 4 years and got drafted top 10 from a small school like that. And it's always, my grandfather always worked. I was always outworked the guy around you, and that's what I did. And when that happened, it was a beautiful thing.
No, absolutely. So I think, as we continue the conversation, just wanting to learn again, what does trust look like for you?
Trust.
Because it's got to be difficult. I know for me, I grew up with trauma. I grew up, with a lot of different experiences, being abused as a kid, and my experiences as far as relationships and even if it was my family, my friends, and then start dealing with, young women. And it was just really hard to get away from the things that I knew and what I saw. So to be open and to be vulnerable and to feel like I can trust a person, with the different sides to me. I definitely want, when we come back from this break, I want you to kind of dive into what does that look like, because, I've gotten a chance to get to know more of you. You know what I mean? I know the legend. I know the how you've carried yourself on the court. I know, your presence as far as how people respect you and things like that. But, us as men, it's just whether it's just being a man or being an athlete, it's extremely hard to feel like you can relate to people. It's extremely hard to feel like you can trust people because of the experiences and the things that you've seen. So when we get back, definitely want you to kind of dive into what does that look like, for you, as you navigate through life, and the importances of that. So relationships matter.
Relationships matter.
Welcome back to Relationships Matter. We have the legendary Charles Oakley with us. So Charles, Josh asked you a question prior to the break and how you, develop trust, being in the league and navigating different relationships. We want to give you an opportunity to answer that question.
First of all, it's a great question. It's 4 or 5 answers to that question, but I think that
Give them all to
All
us,
of them.
OG. It's all good.
I think like I said, I was like growing up. I could have been a real bad kid, loose kid. I think that like mom would work, me and my sister, my uncles, and brother and sister around, but just growing up, I try to never go too far away from home, to the playground, to the YMCA. As a young age, as I grew up, I started getting out more, doing more. Probably doing pool hall after I was joints here and there. My brother, if I went to something like that, I was with my brother, something, and just in the neighborhood, like a lot of people everybody looked out for one another. So that was a plus growing up. I was doing stuff I probably shouldn't have been doing, gambling, shooting dice in the barbershop, and just growing from there. Seeing a lot of older guys, and I think that maybe being around, shouldn't have been doing it with them, but they never let me, I never hung out too late or whatever. But I think that once they see me growing up, and like I said, I went to college for 4 years, and they see me come back, I was in the pros, but they looked at like, wow, you did it. You stayed strong. You didn't get out. You didn't get caught up in what's going on in the streets. But I think that trusting people, growing up, I don't know who I was like following, and somebody lead me to a dead end, because when I did something that real over the top, I was with somebody from my family. So
Today, as an adult, like how do you decide who you allow close to you, and how do you discern, if this person is a good connection or,
you don't know. So you got to put time in with people.
Okay.
I think that I don't know. I think I was just a different type person, even though that we all grew up in whatever kind of bad area, good area. But I was just like, I was always like a leader type. Like I said, all my other friends got in a lot of trouble, but like a couple of times I could have gotten in trouble. But when I saw them start getting in trouble, I tried not to really do a lot with them. Like
how do you choose relationships today?
Okay, so I was gonna get to that.
Okay.
How I choose? I don't know. I just got married, 6 years ago. Okay. So it's just, it was tough growing up. I ain't gonna say it was tough. You do what you want to do. Sometimes you gotta know how to say no. And I think that growing up and, like I said, get to the NBA, a lot of stuff come at you. And, only time somebody I wanted to trust in the NBA was management. That's who I was working for. That's what I was doing. That's my job. Yeah. And then once the management, it's still on the floor with your teammates. And so when I first came in the league from a small school, I was like, I was a nice sized guy, and I was a no nonsense guy. Okay. So, as a rookie, you go through a lot, transition, this and that. But I think that, a couple of things happen as a rookie, but I let them know that I'm not a rookie that you mess with.
Right.
So, and I started hanging with more guys on the team here and there. Yeah. But when I came into the league, it was a lot of drugs in the league.
Oh, wow.
Big time drugs, yes. It was a drug. when I played on the team my rookie year with the Bulls, like 4 guys relapsed.
Wow.
And so basically, it wasn't a lot of people that really hang out with. So me and Michael Jordan hung out a lot. So we was just like, right hand, left hand. And I think that from that we grew, and I seen how serious he was about what he's trying to do, and I was serious. That's how we got to be real close friends. But once you get in some years in the league, people look at you, see how you move around. Like I said, no nonsense, and what he was doing is on another level. But I had respect from people because I was consistent in what I was doing, and for the relationships, it was in and out. But like I said, I was just trying to do my job on the court. That was my most important thing, and make sure my mom was okay. And once that, the girls can come.
I was going to ask you about that. How did you manage the girls? That's what we want to hear.
They say you got to know how to say no.
Oh, you got to say no.
Or sometimes not just no, and it's like I ain't got but you got to take care of you first.
Okay.
And I had fun growing up, but not like I wait till I make sure that I had the key to the front door, back door, side doors. All of my options was okay. But I ain't just try to go out like I got to do this because I had a name. No.
Yeah.
But see, that's where I'm going to, OG, and the no nonsense, and then the balance of, because I know you've seen a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And salute to your lovely wife. And I know you say you've been married for 6 years. How does a guy that has had so many experiences, seen the streets, been in the streets, grown up where you've grown up, have people that I'm sure have hurt you or done something to you in some way, shape, or form, has, very cautious, not as trusting. How does that guy package that into, I found this wonderful woman that I'm serious about and I want to marry her? Because there's levels to you. I'm gonna do my part.
Do your
continue
part.
this conversation.
I see. You asking some great questions. Sometimes some people's life not like that, because I know that once I know that I can, like I said, basically like I'm on my own. Like, say my family was there, right? But like at 14 to 15, I'm like, I'm really grown, but I ain't grown enough to tell them I'm grown. But they can see that how I move around.
Right.
I try to do everything with, be here, be there. Like I said, they have to ask me twice about doing stuff. But I'm just a leader. I mean, I ain't the best at what I've done in life, but I just know how to lead. I know how to prep people to tell them the right thing. And, some people can't handle it. They say, well, you're too aggressive. You say this and say that. I mean, that's a part of, when you go to jail, they close that cell. You're going to say, open the cell. So you got to deal with it.
Yeah.
If you don't see me doing the wrong, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these guys say I'm a leader, but they go out here and do all this stuff and do all that. That's not a leader. A leader, you got to be consistent. You got to be on time. You got to build trust. They got to trust you. Okay, he said he's a leader. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Like guys, I was having some guys on my team who go places, this and that, and younger guys. I said, never use your credit cards in a strip club. Don't do this. Don't do that. Just try to be on time and make stuff happen in a good way that people can respect you.
So your wife, I'm assuming, showed you things that, like being on time or how she communicated. Like she basically stood on her word, and that helped build that type of trust.
She never on time.
She never on time?
No. I leave her sometimes.
How did you meet your wife?
I leave her. That's a long story. I can't even remember. But I remember we met for the first time. It was in Chicago. She from Chicago. The second time was in a unit in Buckhead. We lived in the same building, and she got a lot of credentials. She got this and that. She just, I can deal with her, but she can't deal with me because mine is like, oh, you too over the top. You too, then she more of a like, she just laid back and but she it's just it's kind of odd or weird sometimes, but we together.
What do you feel is the over topness about you?
For me?
Yeah.
I mean, like some people just said, I'm just over. I mean, they said, a lot of people say I'm just over the top. I don't let stuff just happen. I don't ease into stuff. I'm just strong, strong-minded. So it's just, I guess some people try to weaken you with certain things. Like, well, be more calm. Do this, do that. I said, still gonna be the same thing. So let's get it out right away. You know, you with it or you're not.
Wow.
I don't know. It's not a good conversation.
No, it's
But no, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, I was just different. Like I said, I ain't have everything growing up, this and that. But I never asked for a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, I think that, like I said, my mom, she's working this and that. So I was like, I had a job at 13 or 14, you know.
How many relationships have you had over the years?
I said 4.
4 serious relationships?
Relationships, period. I should have more?
No.
I've been with other people. You say relationship.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So,
And with your over the topness, how did you temper that with getting to know your significant other during those times?
I mean, it wasn't really over the top. It's just like, that's why they probably didn't work. You know, what I'm saying and what they saying, they can be aggressive. I can be aggressive.
Okay.
So sometimes we bump heads, but
When's your birthday?
every day.
So when we get back, we're gonna holler at OG about his soft side.
Yes.
We're gonna keep peeling these layers back.
Yes, we
When we
are.
get back, relationships matter.
Relationships matter.
Welcome back to Relationships Matter. So we have this to Charles Oakley here. So, you know, we talk about you having the aggressive side, and I can definitely identify with
Okay.
that. But is there ever a time where you are considered softer or more laid back? Or is there a particular person that can bring those attributes out of you?
My daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, my daughter.
I will come. I'm coming. We're gonna find it. I
It's
know.
all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's she's 7 now, and she's the world. She's gonna be everything, and she got a big personality. You know, she had it at 4 or 5 years old, and she's gonna be special.
Basically, what I was gonna ask, like, with you having your daughter, like, what are some of the principles and values you'll be teaching her? You know.
I'm teaching her everything that she should know as when she get older. You know, just when you eat, how you do stuff around the house, and she get up in the morning from brushing her teeth, and I'm teaching her just make sure she know all the details, and she already smart, so. We have fun together. She's just so beautiful, and I think she's gonna be the world.
What are some of those details, for example, coming from you?
I mean, just got off the phone for the first time, and when she home, don't run to the door, cause the doorbell ring, and just be respectable at school. I know she got to, play around and, in school, listening to the teacher. She come home, first thing you do, take your shoes off. If you play outside, come in, go take a shot. Just come home from school, take a 30-minute, 45-minute nap. From there, I'm always cooking. She love my cooking, so she just, trying to exercising a little bit, jumping rope. When I'm out back, she come out there and mess around. She like getting in the pool, so I think that
So I have a question. Is that how many children do you have?
3 altogether.
Oh, you have 3. Okay. How what are the ages of your children?
My oldest son, 24, stepson, 10, my daughter, 7.
Okay. And that was from a previous relationship?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I have my details. mixed
Good
up.
to,
Yeah, because we had a conversation. I thought that was your only daughter, and so my
It is my
question.
only daughter.
Let me. So you have one daughter and two. Okay.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask you because I thought that the 7-year-old's with the wife that you're married to now. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I thought that was your only child. Is what I was trying to say, because I was going to say, with you being in the NBA and all the attention that you guys garner, like, how did you manage to do that? But you have 3, so.
he still managed to do that.
He did. Well, yeah. I mean, coming from based on what you're saying, maybe based on you. Yeah.
Myself.
I mean, in the league, it's you know, a lot of, see, the league is funny because it's a lot of guys get married for different reasons.
Okay.
You know, like people out the country trying to be a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
A lot of guys get married, try to show the management they're a good person, this and that, and they look at you different. But my thing is, I tell them, you gotta look at me because I'm just, you know, a body on the team, this and that. Don't worry about what I do off the court. So a lot of them look for trying to like play the role. I don't play the role. I mean, either you want me or you don't. I mean, I think that a lot of guys then you get caught up.
Yeah.
You're just gonna do this for me. This, you know, they don't respect you for as you think they do, because they'll trade you in a minute. They don't care about you, you know. So that's why you can't get caught up. A lot of guys, you know, when you like a LeBron James, Michael Jordan, you know, for corporate stuff, more, you know, endorsement, money wise, it could be beneficial to them, be a family, you know. I didn't look at it like that.
So when you got married, this is your only
Only
marriage?
one, yes, no more.
So
He said no more.
No.
did you? What were your reasons behind getting married?
That's gonna be the $1 billion question, because it wasn't even planned. We was in Vegas. We just did it.
Wow.
I just, you know, I don't know. I think I told somebody, I think somebody might put something in my drink that night, but I don't know. We went to the mall the next day, got a ring. I got to get a jacket. Just went to the service, got married.
So y'all were friends?
Yeah, we was dating. Yeah,
Y'all was dating?
Yeah.
Were y'all like a
100%
exclusive couple, or what was your title? If you had,
I
probably
don't know about that one, Tyler. I mean, we were just together, and went to Vegas, and I never had been married. She never been married, so we just did it.
See, it's interesting because we had another guest that sat in that chair, and she talked about how she goes from, you know, friend to marriage, and a lot of people was on her neck. So to hear,
Oh, they was friends, then they got married.
well, she was
were
just
they
saying
friends
like
as a friend as a friend, or friends as a girlfriend?
she was like, I
not a
don't
girlfriend.
do girlfriend. That was her thing, and I understood what she was saying, but it was like she received so much. So to hear a man as yourself be like, yeah, we was just, and then we just got married, like, and people feel like, well, how that happen? You can't skip no step, and then but here you are 7 years later, still with your wife. You know, there might be some challenges as every relationship.
It's a lot of challenge. But see, my family didn't know. I didn't tell my family like 3 weeks later.
What did they say?
What can they say? I run my show. I mean, really? I got, you know. They didn't know until I went to my high school. They named a street after me. That's when they found out.
Wow.
You just ain't telling nobody nothing, OG.
I mean, ain't nothing to tell. It's just me. What you see?
But you got plenty to tell.
Yeah.
I'm telling. We talking.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm loving it. I'm loving the conversation. I'm just saying from the standpoint, like, I see, and I know we've never had this like, as much as we do communicate, like, we've never had this conversation. Like I grew up similar to how you grew up, and I don't speak about that as much. Like, I wasn't necessarily like hands-on or doing certain things, but I grew up the same way, so I understand what it looks like to not be as trusting, not want to really open up, not be the type of person to share, you know, and I get those things, you know what I'm saying? But just as we continue to talk, because everybody, like the thing that I'm appreciative of for you to even come here to want to have a conversation is just to see like that different side. Like, I have, you know, I get you, and you know, we've been rocking Big Three and all of that. So I've really had the chance to like see a different side, which for me was really important because you are somebody I do respect. I grew up watching you and stuff like that. But I think the human being aspect of it gets lost. So typically everybody sees Charles Oakley and it's like enforcer or no nonsense and all of that. But I have, and I'm not saying that it's not true, right? But
different
I had a
different
chance.
service, so it's,
No, for
I understand
sure.
what you're saying.
But I had a chance to watch you train my son for, even though you was just whatever, like the fact that you took the time and you gave him a different side to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you were playing with him and showing him drills and doing those things, and that meant a lot to him. I watched that video, and it's like, for me, the other reason why I was like super excited about you being here is so that people can hopefully see a different side to you. Because I do know a lot of the conversations are going to be basketball related and all of those things, but like you do have a big heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least from what I see, I do see a man with a big heart. I do see a man that loves hard. You know what I'm saying? I do see a man that has a level of appreciation for those people that are in his life, regardless of everything else. And those are the things that hopefully people will get from this conversation to add to your legacy, add to how they view you, instead of everything like, oh, there go Debo, here he come. But it's like, that's still who you are. You ain't gonna
No,
take
it's very
that.
much
but-
who he is.
No,
yeah.
but I'm definitely a giver. I mean, that's one thing, I don't try to make a person like me or hate me and disrespect me, because, I mean, I've been doing stuff for people for years. Like I said, I was brought up to do stuff, help people. And my college coach add on to it. Every day I do 2 good deeds a day, no matter what it is. Fix somebody flat, or buy them a meal, helping somebody across the street, or just holding the door. So I do all the cooking stuff for the last 30 years, at different, businesses in the city, Skid Row. I go to St. Vincent de Paul, and I do stuff people, it's like if they Google, they might find out this and that. I just do it for the love, not for somebody to follow me though. And I just always been like that, because my mom, like I say, they was always giving, and they didn't have a lot, they still gave. So I don't try to make someone, wonder what I'm doing, this and that, but just respect my name, that's all.
Let me ask you this, because I heard you use the word respect. Talk about how important respect is, because I think that's like a number one tenet with you.
Well, before he does, we're going to get back to this conversation. Relationships matter.
Relationships matter.
Welcome back to Relationships Matter. So, Charles, talk about respect, because I hear you use that word quite a bit. How important is that to you?
It's important, and I think that, like I said, at a young age, I learned how to respect, do things. So as you get older, like I say, if we went on a date or whatever, and I see a lot of people at restaurants, couples or whatever, and walk in a restaurant, if I got a hat on, I'm gonna take it off. I think that you see so many people with their pants sagging, this and that, and I think in a restaurant, when you go there, I like good food, so I don't go to no BS. I go to the top chef restaurant. If I'm on a date, I hope that she know how to, get to the table, we sit down, we talk, whatever. But I think that the respect is, something that everybody should have respect for an individual.
But you say respect on my name. I heard you say that.
Respect on my name.
Yeah.
Not saying my name is all words, just the legacy from my mother name, my name, Mom's, my name was Oakley, my father's name was Oakley. So it's just stuff like that, respect. I don't try to do dumb stuff to make someone disrespect me. And so I try to show that, I'm the oak tree, and, I just, like, respect is what people should always respect one another.
Where do you get the no nonsense? What do you think that's derived for? Who in your family do you think you're most resemble? Because it's like, I think you wear that all the time. On the court, off the court, that's like who you are, if I had to just pick like one word to describe you, just by
One
sitting
word
here.
or a person who taught
Yeah.
me?
So yeah, where'd you get the no nonsense?
My grandfather.
Okay.
No nonsense. He was like, he had 8 kids. He was no nonsense. And in my book, I talk a lot about him and my grandmother. But as you get older, you like I said, be around people, and you go to that family get together, this and that. So I was with my grandparents a lot, and with my mother, my sister and my father passed when I was 9 years old. So we go to a lot of different functions coming up, group stuff and this and that. And my family used to work at bars and stuff, hang out a lot. So at function, so I named Oakley and Malls Travel because, like I said, big time fashion in my family. But the respect is just, like I can say what happened to me in New York. It was disrespected by the owner.
Okay.
And so I haven't been back in the garden since that happened because he disrespected me.
Is that what that structure? Because your grandparents. We can get back to that, but your grandparents, they taught you about respect. But is that where the discipline and the structure come from? Because even still to this day, and I know we joked about it coming in, but I was just like, oh gee, I know you was in the gym this morning. You like, yep, 5 o'clock, like clockwork.
So when I was a kid, that's like my grandfather used to get up, go to the field, then come and eat breakfast, then walk 2 miles to work for, to raise his family. And so the thing with getting up, even though it's Saturday, I'm gonna sleep in the 10. I'm not a person sleeping. I still get up at 5:30 or whatever in the morning. I mean, Saturday, Sunday, no matter what day of the week, because it was something I see my grandfather, and I've been doing that for my whole life, and I know how hard he worked and what he did to put food on the table for his family, and not just that, he's the only one who had a car. He used to take other people to town on the weekend, on Sunday, take people to church, and he just had so much respect. Even though the people around there with the white fences respected him because he was so consistent with his life.
Okay.
Do you see that in your boys too?
Huh?
Do you see that in your boys too?
Who?
Your boys, like your sons.
My son?
Yeah.
No. I'm totally different. They don't want to listen. So when you don't listen, you don't respect a person. So I'm just being real. My son, he fight with me all the time, and I said, you won't win this fight. Because you've been to school, private school, and all this. What else you want me to do? I can't keep holding your hand. You don't respect me. That just comes with growing up. Make sure you got it, with the college. Now you still don't want to, so.
Yeah, I know that could be difficult. Is that something that weighs on you? Does that weigh on you?
He weigh on a point, but sooner or later, I'm looking in the mirror like I ain't did nothing wrong, so he got to man up. Can't keep giving, like I say, you're in friends college and, you had time to get, think about what you're trying to do. And then I could help you trying to do, but you don't want to listen to me. So it's just one of them fights.
What is with all your experiences and where you are now, what do you feel are some things or some areas where you could still be better at?
Well, I can still be better at?
Yeah.
I can be better at a lot. It's always something to learn. I said I'm strong-minded. I demand respect, but I still can't be a bad person. I can't let bad, like I'm Superman. No, I'm not that. Because everybody can make mistakes, this and that.
Right.
I can just learn. I'm getting older. Always so you can learn how to still get better.
What's your last learning lesson?
My last
or your most recent? Let me not say last. Your most recent. What is something where you was like, okay, I'm gonna receive that.
It's a couple things we're trying to work on. Like one with my son, hopefully that he can realize that we can get, my sister. We fighting, not fighting, but like fist fighting, but stuff that life that when I was younger, I looked up and now you put the car in reverse. I'm like, why now? So.
What's the disconnect between you and your sister?
It's just something going on in family, been there for a long time. and she didn't get older, I got older, and it's still there. You know, not affecting me nothing, but
Right.
it just draining. I can say draining some family members because like why it's still going on. So I guess like a person on drugs keep going to rehab, but it keep getting on drugs. But this person you would think would be better because her cards said she got 4 aces of spades, but you go around the corner, she's like, it's a flower club. She in the middle of the deck, not on top as you know when she was growing up, but I don't know, it's just some tough time, to me, to feel like she's not gonna change what she, back up here, she gonna stay down at the bottom.
Yeah, that's heavy. I know
Yeah.
the sibling stuff is.
It is what it is.
It's tricky.
It's part of life.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why, but like I say, some people keep going, some people go down. So I don't think she's going up, she's going down. That's in that case.
Are you big on therapy?
Huh?
Are
Therapy?
you big on therapy?
I mean, I used to go to therapy with my wife. I mean, she love it. I don't.
Why not?
I mean, like the train just went past. It's gonna come back tomorrow. So
Do you
it
not love
basic-
it because you have to open up?
Huh?
You don't love it because you have to open
No,
up?
I don't mind opening up.
Do you really?
don't. Yeah.
No,
Do you?
you a therapy?
No, I'm
Okay.
not. I have an undergrad degree in social work.
No, I'm saying. I mean, I opened up the way you asked me.
You closed off a little.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm 50.
When they ask you questions in the therapy session, do you give one answer responses or do you elaborate and go into it?
I mean, I get the best answer that I can come out my mouth.
That's fair.
What about from your heart though?
That's coming out my mouth.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
but I've been to therapy.
Was it helpful?
I'm still here.
Okay.
So,
That's a great Oak response.
but no, I wasn't the issue. But I went to
Yeah.
try to.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
tried. Made
trying
an
to
effort.
break in. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think that that's a good hustle.
Oh my God. Did you just say that?
It's a good hustle. Hey, somebody keep coming. It's like food. Bad food, people still eat it. People don't know what they eat.
I'm not mad at what you're saying though, because I get it. You know
That's
what I
my
mean?
answer. So
I'm
everybody
not
gonna give
mad
you the
at
same political answer. I was just at the golf course. I talked to 2 presidents in 20 minutes.
When we get back, we got some more to this beautiful conversation with my OG, Mr. Charles Oakley. Relationships matter.
This might be a tough sell here.
Relationships matter.
Welcome back to Relationships Matter. So we're having this amazing conversation with Mr. Charles Oakley. You're laughing. But I want to know, do you ever get emotional?
Yes.
Okay. And what
Yes.
makes
I mean,
you emotional?
I think that I was saying, my grandfather passed was the first time I, cried. And I think that he meant so much to me. And I've been to funerals before, but so I think like I've been to some other funerals since then. I shed some tears, but it just, I think that I think it's good tears because the people you sharing tears that for you probably won't see them again, and I think that that's the side that it just, I guess my body just got so warm and I couldn't hold back.
What's one thing in your life that could just really move you to tears? Like if you think, because I see such a hard exterior, serious, no nonsense. But the one thing that you like, what, that could really break me down.
I think the only thing probably break me down now is my mom is, she's older and she not the same she was and maneuvering and doing stuff in herself. She was a funny type person, and she's still, she getting a little couple ills coming in at 88. She, birthday this weekend. We're gonna do a big event in Cleveland for her. She'll be 89. My daughter. So
Yeah, your baby daughter.
yeah.
So I want to flip the script just a tad bit because you mentioned it earlier, but I wanted to hear more about it because you talked about something at the Garden. Talk more about that.
So I played for New York for a whole decade, and New York is no place like New York, and the fans like me, and I like the fans. But it was just one night 7 years ago. So it was a game going on, and they was playing the LA Clippers, and it just got out of hand. The owner was there, and he said I was sitting too close to him, and he sent 8 guys over there to rough me up, and just went from there.
Okay, he said you were sitting too close to him. But
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, he said, and I bought my ticket, so it shouldn't have mattered what. I should have been sitting right beside him, but he had power, had money. So the situation is going on to this day. So we're gonna start a deposition. Discover it next month, and hopefully we'll get this. We'll just end this whole thing.
Hopefully it will end, and then transitioning. Just one more question, not one more question, but one more question as we're continuing to wrap the conversation. How big is forgiveness for you?
Say it again. Make sure I get this right.
So I just want to know the importance of forgiveness, and basically, like, have you forgiven yourself and have you forgiven your loved ones?
My loved ones.
I want to put everybody from women dated to family to friends, or just whatever your circle is in that loved ones category.
Have I forgive? If I did something wrong, I definitely. But I try not to get to that point to have to go through all that. I'd rather walk away before stuff get bad. And then have to, apologize. But I apologize. I try to, make amends what happened in the garden. It was a group of people in a room talking, but this man just an asshole.
What's the resolve like? Is there a monetary something that will come? What would be your end goal in that situation?
It's been 7.5 years, so it's been a lot of stress and over the top stuff, and my mom seeing this.
Okay.
At 82, and know I wasn't raised like this, to have someone to come surround me like that.
Yeah.
And then someone get on national TV to call me an alcoholic. I need anger management problem because he got money. So he's really a bully, and I'm not gonna let him bully me.
Okay.
I'll take it to my grave. So, They try to get us together for him to do apology. I wanted
An apology, yeah.
No, let's do it. I told him let's do it on a live press conference, not just in a room with 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
You sent 8 people over there to touch on me.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people watching, so let a lot of people watch. You said I'm sorry.
Right. You did it publicly, so you apologized publicly.
And so we're gonna see what happens next month and the next few months come with that case. But he's a bad guy. And everybody in the NBA know it, and they say he gonna get his. So know that theory, right?
Yeah.
He gonna get his. He gonna sooner or later, but it should be real soon. It should have been soon. It's been 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And I pray, and I know it'll all go well. As we get ready to wrap. I definitely want to take the time, like myself, and I touched on it a little bit earlier, but I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you, and that I have a genuine love and respect for you as a man, outside of being our coach and outside of you being a basketball legend in this game and all that you've added to. I think a lot of times. You could easily be misunderstood. A lot of times, you could get a rough narrative of what people think just because. And that's why I wanted to share with you earlier,
Right.
like, I see you and I do understand you. Like, for me, sitting here with you for an hour, like, and we've talked before
Right.
over,
Right.
about life and all kind of stuff, but, just the fact that, just getting this opportunity to engage and to get the chance to see a different side to you, to get a chance to give you the opportunity to share what you feel you're comfortable with sharing. Because it's no pressure. Like, this platform is about love. It's about unity. It's about all the positive things. Like, there's no negative, like, you coming here is not to try to find some type of secret or dig up some tea so we can get likes. Like, this platform is just not for that. And
So
whether it's been one person or a couple, everybody that comes here, it's like we want to just have a genuine conversation. The conversation be about love and togetherness. And I just wanted to tell you myself personally
Right.
that I do appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And the level of respect that I have, which is the utmost, not just because you paved the way, but again, I get to experience you differently. I saw what you've done for my kids. I see how you are with your kids and other people. You talked about your heart, your foundation, all the work and things that you're doing. It speaks to that side of Charles Oakley. And I hope that this platform gives that voice a much louder platform, because I think that part is important. You know what I'm saying? So I love you, brother. I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to extend that to you because it's important, especially as men that look like each other, to just hear that. I don't have no skin in the game. You know what I mean? Like,
it's all good.
But I do want to share that because, again, I've had the chance to build with you over the past 7 years. And I've appreciated every moment, no matter what's going on. I don't take anything personal or none of that. I feel like that, as we've continued to grow. And, I'm here for you if you need me.
Right.
And I just wanted to extend that and to make sure I express that to you, not just in private, but publicly.
Right. I appreciate, coming on the show and trying to navigate to what y'all trying to, answer the questions. And my thing is life is life. I think that, we all go through the ups and downs, and some people just different. Just like the president. Donald Trump, he in trial, he tell the judge, shut up, this and that. It just, things happen, and which, I don't do stuff to get away. I don't try to go around trying to get off on people's, and I appreciate you bringing me on here. I know it probably ain't the sexiest thing, you probably want to hear, but
No, it's good.
No, it is good
It's
because
me.
again, OG, like this shows, and that's why I said for me, I get you because it just shows like you never know what people have going on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
everybody's different.
I know you have a lot of stories. We know mutual people.
Right.
So I know, on court, off court, I know there's a lot of things that I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why there is no pressure, but just from the standpoint of you making the efforts, because you do show up. Like, and that's the thing that I appreciate about you. Like, you coming on here, you came to the gala we had, a while ago, and just talking about, different things that we could do together. I greatly appreciate that because I know your time is valuable. You know what I mean? I know everybody and their mama. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a respect thing. And again, I'm grateful for you, and I'm here for you. If you ever need me for anything. So I wanted to make sure that I stamp that and that we put that thing.
So maybe next time I bring Angela, she like to talk.
Oh yeah, that would be wonderful.
All good. All good.
She be on us after you get a stamp for the housewife. That shit is gonna be some bullshit.
All good. But we appreciate you, man. It was a great conversation. And thank you so much for pulling up. Relationships matter.
Relationships matter.